Hi, this is the recording for how to add assignments in EHR Tutor. So I'm just going to do a quick Google search for EHR Tutor. I like the pathway on the second one because it takes me directly to the login page versus the first one takes you into ATI. You can still get there, but this one's a little bit easier. First place I'm going to go is to the course list. And the place where I'm creating assignments is going to be for care of the patient with chronic conditions. So I'm going to go to the course. And as we go to the course, we're going to see like some of our sim labs and some of our documentation, like for some of our skills that we've already done. We have our Foley catheter insertion charts for our patients that we'll be doing checkoffs for on Thursday and Friday, the 9th and the 10th. And then we have like where we were going to go to Presbyterian, but we're not. So one way that we can do this is let's edit the activity for the Presbyterian clinical. And I want to create places to chart for the clinicals on the 9th and the 10th. So let's do the 9th first for John. So I'm going to do Christus, and then you could just name it something that the students are going to know that that's where where they need to chart. So this one is October 8th, and the clinical instructor is John. So I'm just modifying one that was existing and renaming the activity so that we could use a space that we already had. That's one way to do it. I'm double checking to make sure that it's clinical patients. It needs to be clinical patients because this gives the students each their own patient to chart on and modify. That clinical is for tomorrow. So I'm going to get a calendar and take a look at what 1 week from tomorrow is. And 1 week from tomorrow is 10/16. So I'm going to give them a week to complete the charting. And I'll give them till midnight. No, wait, that's 23:59 till midnight to do it. And then here you can change it. An inpatient chart is going to give them a hospital chart. If you wanted to utilize this for something else, you could. Like if you were doing like home health care, but we're doing inpatient charts because our patients are in the hospital. And I'm going to go ahead and save this. And we should be able to find it. I don't know if it's going to be at the end. Nope. Unless I missed it on the first page. It should be there. Oh, there it is. It's at the top. So this will be an area for students who are going to clinicals with John tomorrow to chart. But let's go ahead and create a new activity from scratch so you know how to do that. So let's create a new activity. Individual patients. I want clinical patients. And let's go ahead and name this activity Christus St. Vincent, and then we're going to do 10, 9, and this will be for Chris. And then I'm going to come down. It is visible to the students. Want to do 1 week from tomorrow. Oh, it is inpatient. And let's change the time to 23:59, just to give them to the end of the day. And let's hit save. And then we have places for them to chart. I want to double check this one. Yeah, it is clinical patients. I just wanted to double check it. So that's how to how to modify an activity or an assignment and how to create one. Let's create one more to finish out the week. So let's create a new activity. Change this to clinical patients. I'm going to name this one Christus St. Vincent. And it's going to be for 10/10 for Friday's clinical, and that clinical is with John. We don't necessarily always have to put the instructors' names on the clinicals. We can to make it easier for students to find, but we most definitely want to put the instructor name if we have two instructors at the same clinical site on the same day. So let's do our due date. And that one's for Friday's clinical, so I'm gonna make their due date 1 week from Friday. And end of the day. And inpatient chart. And I'm gonna go ahead and save it. And then we can see the 3 clinical activities that we created. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. So this is just how to create activities in EHR Tutor. As soon as the students have charted, we'll go in and I can do a video on grading a couple of charts or maybe do like a live Zoom meeting to grade a couple of charts. But this is an instructional video on how to create activities.